Hello, and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. And I have technically a new catfish. Most of my catfish have been fished for a while. This one, I believe, for a couple months. But yes, this is quote unquote Brian, and everything's quote unquote 47 male from Sharps, Florida. And yes, I get so many catfish with either Facebook dating, Scout, Meet Me, and I even got a couple through Bumble. I don't know when I'll find those are buried in screenshots, cemetery or whatever as well. But yes, this is one of the new ones. And with this guy, he knew how to like one trick some catfish do because I've seen a few do it, but I didn't start screenshotting until later, so I don't have the proof that this is one of their tricks. But it's like with some of the catfish, especially if they're new, or it could, I'm maybe I need to figure out if it's the new guys that do it or if it's the professionals who know how to get more women to write or respond back. But they they start off with, I'm glad to you replied to my text, and then they just start talking about their life and how you need to know everything about them, and how they want to start a relationship immediately, and how all of the other women or men or whatever are no good, but you stood out, and they're in the military and they're trying to start like and expand their career, and they have their son or daughter, and they just need you, they just need love. And when they saw your profile, they saw it right then and there. And I'll read his message, but that's what a lot of these catfish do. And sometimes I'm just like, why are you love bombing? This is just, it's horrific and just tacky, but it works for a lot. This is how they make their money or steal their money. Yeah, steal their money. Some of them actually think of it as a job. They think stealing from people is a job. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm wasting a lot of their time. And it's been a few months since I've let any of them talk to me on WhatsApp or any of the other apps, because part of me just like, I'm still trying to figure out, why do they take it to WhatsApp? Is it because once they leave and delete, everything will be gone? I'm wondering if that's the case. And it's like, I think I've had one do Snapchat, but I know one reason is because if I screenshotted or did anything, they will know about it. It tracks it. And so I already figured with that one, because they said WhatsApp or Snapchat. And then there's a third one too, which I never uploaded because I'm like, I was at I was at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna download any new apps for these scamming, stealing, no good, like disgusting. Anyway, but yeah, this is quote unquote Brian, and yeah, he wrote me this long message, which let's check it out because yeah, uh, mail, and then he wrote me on that day, which was I probably August 16th or 17th. Only likes women, 6'1", athletic. Well, here's his message. Thanks for the reply, my text. Actually, I'm single father of a daughter. She's 14 years old. I'm a military army. I'm on deployment to part of Central Africa, Chad, for security reasons and special operations. I'm from Florida, Cocoa. I'm searching for serious and everlasting love or everlasting long-term relationship with serious-minded woman and someone I can call mine. So yeah, that's his message. But the first thing he said was, "Thanks for reply my text." But I never wrote him. And actually, I'm trying to remember the last time that I wrote someone first on any, because I know on Bumble the woman has to, which I hardly, yeah. Let's just, I think I'm really starting to get used to just realizing I just want kind of want to just be single. But anyway, it's just, yeah, with all of the apps, I literally can't remember the last time I've written anybody first. I think it's been about a year or two. So, and that's one reason I know that, like, with all of the screenshots, and yeah, it's gonna be an episode coming up soon where I post on my profile the hatred and trolling messages that men send me, because I kind of treat them like scarecrows. But like some of the men, they're like, "Oh, yeah, she's trying to scare me off. I'm gonna be meaner. I'm gonna be worse. I'm gonna call her the N word. I'm gonna call her the C word. I'm gonna make her feel so awful that she's gonna take this profile down and she's gonna settle with anything and every man that just wants to use her or whatever." That's the point where, yeah. But anyway, oh, and that's another reason why catfish are able to succeed. And that's one reason I know a catfish. It's like kind of like usually from the profile I can tell, but once they send that first message, I know, because usually it's very flirty, and it, well, if not flirty, they're letting you know, "I'm here for love. I'm not going to use you. You can trust me. I'll be there for you." They do everything and say everything that that a lot of American men will never be willing and able or capable of doing. And I think they've studied it. They've studied what women and men want, and they've been able to capitalize on it by creating the messages that allow you into their sphere. They lure you in like bait so that they can fish out your money, take and steal from you, and so that they can live whatever life they want to live off of your dime and your hard work. And they don't care at all, at all. Because even watching, like, there's some catfish YouTube shows, and with some of them, they would literally tell their catfish that they're using their life savings. That's about all they have left, and they don't care. They're just like, "Oh yeah, but I'll pay you back. I promise I'll give it back to you." Or, "Yeah, use it as an investment. I'll pay you interest. I'll do this and that." Yeah, don't don't believe. Yeah, it's like that. And look, I've had one catfish try to really quickly ask me about money and how much I make and everything. He does, like, yeah, it's like I dragged it to the point until he blocked me. That's usually what I do, because part of me is just like, okay, how long can I drag this out? It's like, because it's like you don't really care about me. You're just trying to ask me about my occupation, how much I make, where I live. Because yeah, if once they know where I live, they can look up the average, like, of that house, of the housing in that city area or county and everything. And then they're able to get more information so that they can fish more and more out of me. So yeah, it's like, let's just say I'm learning quite a lot about how they do it, what they do. And but if you see a profile with any of these pictures, just know he's probably a catfish. Probably a catfish. And with the picture in the middle, you will see it's from Instagram, and you will see a username. And actually, it's like either TikTok or Instagram. But I went to Instagram to see if I could find the person, and I did. And well, and here are some other pictures. One of them's yeah, like I showed one as a repeat just in case, because if you guys see any profiles with this username or with this face, it is probably a scam, probably a catfish. This person's probably trying to steal and take money from you. So don't do it. I'm serious. Do not, like, okay, it's like, because I went on Instagram and I wrote this username. And I guess these catfish are such professionals to the point where that username is the catfish too. And so I thought I was helping. I thought I was like, okay, I caught the person and now I have the real person. So maybe if I write, like, cuz either I wrote the real person and they thought I was the catfish trying to trick him because they blocked me, or it was a catfish that was like, "Oh crap. She saw us. She's like she knows what's going on." And so they blocked, like, either way they blocked me. And so I've been trying to catch and figure out some of the stuff with this username, but on both already blocked, like, oh, and I think right after, because one reason I think it's the catfish, because almost right after I wrote the Instagram account, that's when within an hour they blocked me on the profile, but the profile still is still usable. So I think they're just going to wait, because sometimes catfish, they let some of their profiles hibernate for 2 to 6 months, then they bring it back up, because at least this way they can hide it, so that it's like, okay, if anyone's suspicious or anything like that, there there'll be a cold trail until like people give up, and then they'll bring it right back with new pictures and a new identity, which I have episodes where I've literally witnessed two or three people as they were switching their catfish identities. One was right around the 4th of July, and the other one, I think, August or September. But yeah, it's like I've been catching it more and more. But this profile is still the same and the same username and everything. So it's like still under quote unquote Brian. And but yeah, if you see this profile, if you see these pictures, it's probably, yeah, just trust me. If they're asking you for money, if they're saying they're in the military, they're lying. And if anybody knows this person, it's like I am trying to find these people because I want to do a live and talk to them, interview them, so that people will actually understand, like hear it from them, that these profiles are not them. The women or men that they talk to, it's like they're not talking to him. It's like what the people who think they're giving him money, they're not. And so it's like, if anybody knows this guy, please let me know. I would love to have a virtual live where we both can talk, discuss, and everything like that. But this is going to be a shorter video. It's like, yeah, the catfish episodes might be a little shorter, but unless I have more information and details, because yeah, I do have two where, it might be a two-parter, especially, oh, and soon I'm going, it's not a catfish, but with dating nightmares, there's a guy that started talking to me, and he's normally not my type, but I like this passion with the auto industry, or he's an auto mechanic or whatever. And but then yeah, he's married. He's married. So yeah, it's like, guys, this is another reason why catfish keep working, because when you treat women or treat people, because I know it's like for some men, women treat you guys awful too, but these catfish are able to do this stealing. They call it work. It's stealing, it's robbing, it's awful, it's deceitful, it's cruel, it's just despicable, but it works because of how other people are treating everyone else in the dating world. It's like they are able to capture hearts because as a society, our talent, like a lot of talent that we have, is breaking hearts. So they're able to mend while stealing money, while we need to learn how to come together to actually treat each other with respect, compassion, empathy, and things like that in order to have a nice, solid, meaningful relationship. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, quote unquote Brian, but or Edward Brian. Oh yeah, cause yeah, Edward Brian. Duh. Okay. Yeah, cause I've looked at it before, but I never like. I always just saw that. Yeah, yeah. Duh. Okay. Yeah. Like I think I noticed it before, but it's it's literally been. I haven't really looked at it for a month, so yeah. So they're using part of the real name but twisting it, or they made up the full name, or sometimes they go by Edward, sometimes Brian. That's something else to look into as well. So I haven't done the image search. So yeah, there might be a part two because it's like I know I haven't done a catfish episode in a while, and I keep saying I've done so many story times and voting types. So I was just like, okay, it's like I want to do more catfish. And this one, I've been looking, like, whenever I look at the pictures, I'm just like, yeah, I need to make sure everyone knows about this one. But make sure, like, if you know anybody and they're saying they're dating somebody and they show you this picture, just let them know, show them this video. And I guess I'm saying it so much because with the catfish and everything, some people, like, they're falling in love with people where to the point where even though they think it's a fantasy, they love the fantasy so much. And the fantasy has been so good to them with telling them good morning. Did you eat yet? Did you drink water? It's like, are you okay? It's like, did you sleep well? It's like they ask like compassionate questions where, I mean, okay, let's get real. American men, yeah, nah, nah, we're not going to get those questions. We're realistically not going to get those questions from you guys. So, like I said, they have learned how to draw our attention, and they know what we're not getting from the men or women around us. And so, yeah, if you see this guy, either Edward or Brian, or Edward Brian, or Brian Edward, it might be a different, it's like it might be a totally different name as well. But now I'm pretty sure I talked, because yeah, after I Instagrammed the person, I kind of realized I might have actually written the catfish. Yeah, it's like, because now I'm thinking about it more and more and more. Like, so I'm probably gonna have to do a reverse image search in order to find the real person so that I can might be able to contact them. But so many people might be already using that his images, it's going to be close to impossible. And because I have another catfish where I tried to look up the person and I did the reverse image search, there's over 50 profiles. There is no way where I will be able to figure out and find out who he is without trying to purchase like the right type of technology or websites or what resources to find them. And yeah, I'm you guys already know, like, with all of the projects I'm already working on, I don't have that in my budget. I don't have that in my budget. So, okay. Anyways, this is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too. And just watch out for these catfish. They don't mean good in any way. They don't mean you any good. They will take your money and they will laugh all the way to either their bank or wherever they go. And it's like also Bitcoin. Yeah, money and Bitcoin and things like that. Don't mail them or don't give them bank accounts. I'm hearing how some of you guys are sending and giving them all of your banking and like your social security numbers and like personal information. Don't like never. It's like none of my exes, especially Mr. Laka Key, I wouldn't trust like ooh, I wouldn't have a dime to my name right now if he had, or I would have had to change all of my banking information just to make sure. So, because yeah, I've already been in relationships where men steal from me or try to steal from me, but yeah, it's like online. You never like okay. Don't go, like don't do that. You worked hard for your money. You worked hard for what you have. So be careful and do more than video chat, do more than a phone call because they have tricks where they even have this website thing that makes it look like that person's talking to you. They're not. So just I'm gonna try to do some research on different ways where you can like if you want to verify the person, it would be a lot better and safer because these catfish are very tactful. They're learning so much with how to get around certain like areas. And I I've caught like catfish knew that I knew they were catfish because I asked, "Oh, do you have any more pictures or do you want a video chat?" "Oh, when can we video chat?" Bam, I was blocked. I was blocked right then and there as soon as I asked about a video call. So it depends on because some of the more professional ones, I forgot what is like. I don't know the name of the website, but there is a site where it literally makes you look like someone else, kind of like that one lawyer during the court case. It looked like the cat. There's a site where you can slide any other image in there as a person and it'll make you look like you're somebody totally different, but it's not Instagram or anything like that or Zoom, but it's anyway. I'll figure out what it is and I'll let you know because yeah, I'm starting to blabber on and on. So take care and yeah, stay away from these catfish.